Hey there, it's Clumpkin. I hope you're all having a great day so far. Today's topic is about choices and how you always have a choice, and you're responsible for those choices. Whether you realize it or not, you're always making a choice. Whether it's you actively know you're doing it or not. It doesn't always have to be between two things either. It's not always, you know, should I get this Lego set or this Lego set? It can be a lot more, I'd say, dynamic than that. Choices are the things that we subconsciously make. Well, I don't know if it's subconsciously, but we make them. Sometimes without even realizing it. Maybe without even realizing that it was a choice. Because I'm sure, there's always experience with something that you feel like you don't have a choice. And lots of times, yeah, probably. I'd say there is always a choice. There's never not one. However, there are choices that are more desirable than others. So I understand the feeling of not having one. I think the most simple example I can give is the choice to get out of bed. So, like this morning, right? I was in bed, as you do when you're waking up. And I didn't have to stay in bed, right? I could have stayed in there the whole day. It would have been my choice. But it was also my choice to get out of bed. So I hope you see where I'm going with this. Is that there's always a choice. Whether I wasn't like directly thinking about should I stay in bed or should I get out. I wasn't like actively thinking that. I just made the decision, the choice to get out. And lots of things in life work that way, right? So I'd say another example I could give is say you're trying to get a relationship, right? You want to get to know somebody or you like somebody and you want to talk to them. But you're too scared, right? Now, I'm not going to say your fear is a choice. I feel like that sounds a little silly. Your fear is not a choice. Your fear is a emotion that you're feeling. But what is a choice is the decision to take that fear and roll with it and just do it anyway, right? I hope that makes sense. So yeah. So, like, I, want to be, someone wants to be in a relationship, but they don't, but they're not talking to people, they're not doing the things that you need to do in order to build a relationship, right? They're choosing not to do that. And I am guilty of that, right? I'm just like, I want this thing. But I'm not choosing to do the things I need in order to accomplish that goal. I'm not choosing to take the steps, Or like I worded that weird. I'm choosing not to take the steps. Whether I realize I'm choosing that decision or not, it's still what I'm doing. So yeah, I hope you're following with what I'm trying to convey here. Is that it's always a choice. And now, I think an example that's not, I don't know how well it would be, but I don't think it's that bad, is, spoilers for God of War Ragnarok, but I've been playing God of War Ragnarok. And I've also watched Jacksepticeye's playthrough of it when it came out 2 years ago, or however long that was, right? So, I've been a fan of it. It's good. And the character Odin, right? This disgusting, abusive character who does terrible things, right? Because he feels that there is no choice. But he's wrong. There's always a choice. There's always a choice to be better. There's always a choice to do the right thing. There's always a choice to do the thing you need to do. And towards the end of the game, Atreus, conveys that to him. There's a scene where Odin kills his son Thor, right? Because Thor finally stood up to him. And Odin tries playing this whole thing off. The whole game he's been doing this. The whole game he's been like, I had no choice. This is the only choice I had. When really, that's wrong. You see, there was a choice. It's just not the choice he was willing to make. It's not the choice he realized he could have made. He thought there was only one way to do that. He thought there was only one way to go about it. He thought he had no choices. There's nothing else he could do. But he was wrong. There was always another option. Now, this isn't like, just not to confuse you, this isn't like a talk to say the grass is greener on the other side. I think I'm a believer of the grass will always be greener on the other side, but learn to water your grass first, right? Sometimes it is better. There are situations where it will be better to go visit the grass on the other side. But I think there are times where that's not necessary, and you just need to water your plants, water your grass. I really hope you're understanding this, because I feel like I'm not conveying it the best. However, I just want you to understand that you are constantly choosing what to do with your life. And it is always good to be making the best choices. And those choices that you think are best, this is up to you. I can't tell you what the best choices are because I'm not living your life. I'm not thinking the way you're thinking, But I'm trying to push or motivate you to start making the choices to push you forward into the life that you want to be living. So, we're heading towards the end of the video. And I'm going to leave you with some homework. I know, I'm sorry, it's the weekend. If you're watching this on the weekend, you probably don't want it. But don't worry, this is only a thinking activity, alright? So, I want you, when you click off of this video or when this video ends, I want you to think to yourself, what are the choices I can make to live the life I want to live? What decisions can I make? How do I make the right choices to get to the point in life that I want to be at? And that's what I want to leave you with today. Thank you so much for watching or listening or however you're interacting with this video. A like or subscribe would be extremely appreciated, but I don't want you to feel like you have to. And I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day. Don't forget to tell somebody you love them, and I'll see you next week. Later.